Bueno, si estamos en vivo, se alargamos. Bueno cabros, muy buenas tardes, bienvenido a un nuevo episodio de Gamer a la Deriva. Vamos a seguir jugando What Remains of Edith Finch, este juego que empezamos a probarlo hace un par de días atrás, tras haber completado el juego Creepy Tale 2. What Remains of Edith Finch, encarnizamos el personaje de una niña llamada Edith, que vuelve a su casa después de mucho tiempo. Sus primeros recuerdos al ingresar a casa fue de la vez que tuvieron que abandonarla. Vamos a ir descubriendo en este Walking Simulator, a medida que vayamos recorriendo la casa, una serie de misterios en relación al árbol genealógico de una familia, un árbol genealógico bastante grande, de una familia que ha sido asignada por la muerte. What Remains of Edith Finch. Vamos nomás.
The power had been turned off the night we left.
Como les decía, la noche que nos marchamos, algo pasó esa noche. Por un motivo tuvieron que irse. ¿Quiénes tuvieron que irse? ¿Por qué tuvieron que irse?
For the first time in years, I felt like I was home. But instead of a family, there were just memories of one.
Bueno, Edith es el personaje que estamos manejando nosotros. Esta es una foto vieja, ¿no es cierto? Eddie es nuestra abuela, Dawn nuestra madre, Luis nuestro hermano. Luis tiene fecha acá de defunción, 1988-2010, viviendo la edad de 22 años antes de morir. Milton, otro hermano de Edith, que solo vivió 11 años. Y la historia más corta de todos en esta familia es la historia de Gregory, que solamente vivió un año o menos de un año. La historia más triste, más dolorosa, más injusta. In Loving Memory, Louis Finch, hijo de Dawn, nieto de Eddie. ¿Ves? Nos van a ir tirando pistas.
Like how after Lewis started working at the cannery, we all got sick of eating salmon. Except our cat, Molly.
El gato Mori también es un personaje que forma parte del juego. La historia de Luis, la historia de Luis. Vamos a ver la historia de Luis, pero mucho, mucho más adelante.
Or how only one restaurant would deliver to our house, so we had Chinese a lot. The table was still a wreck from the night we left.
Hay un montón de información a todos lados.
It was like a bomb had gone off, killing everyone but sparing the furniture. My mom was the only one of us who could imagine Great Grandma Edie living in a nursing home.
Bueno, estoy confundido porque dice que Eddie era la bisabuela, no la abuela. Así que... Ah, o sea que era nuestra bisabuela. No era nuestra abuela, era nuestra bisabuela. Quiero ver de vuelta esta imagen en la heladera. Y este mensaje que dice... Louis Finch, hijo de Edith. Ah, hermano de Edith, perdón. Hijo de Dawn. Bisnieto de Eddie. Bisnieto, o sea, es... Bisnieto, no nieto, bisnieto. Ah, mira, me está faltando entonces una... Me está faltando un eslabón ahí, una... Toda una línea.
Nothing in the house looked abnormal. There was just too much of it, like a smile with too many teeth.
Una sonrisa con muchos dientes.
Even the fireplace had a story. Edie told me the bricks came from the original house, after it sank.
La casa original, después de que se hundiera, ¿no? ¿Cómo se hunde una casa? Aparte de la casa de Usher, ¿no? Todo acá en esta casa, todo lo que está viendo en esta casa refleja los gustos e intereses de diferentes personas, diferentes personajes que la habitaron.
Mom always told me to stay out of the basement, so I wasn't too surprised when the key didn't fit.
Tampoco es para esa puerta, la sabe. Bárbara.
Great Grandpa Sven built a music box for Barbara, along with the rest of the house.
Esa música nos va a acompañar todo el juego. Sven. Ahí está, Sven. El bisabuelo Sven debe haber sido el marido de Eddie, ¿no es cierto? Sven debe haber sido junto con Eddie. Y Bárbara era... ¿Dónde está Bárbara? ¿Una tía? ¿Habrá sido?
Edie told me once that every Finch who ever lived is buried somewhere in the library.
Está sellada, mira cómo está sellada esa puerta. Aparte de...
A lot of things got left behind in the whirlwind of that last night. My mom wasn't much of an optimist, but she never stopped believing that my brother Milton was alive.
¿Qué habrá pasado con Milton?
After Milton disappeared, Mom sealed up all the bedrooms. Then Edie retaliated and drilled peepholes.
Creo que quiere que vayamos para aquel lado. Minuto 37, 1947, Molly. Molly. 1937, 1947. 10 anitos. 10 anitos de vida nomás.
Molly always seemed like a girl I could imagine being friends with, if she hadn't died in 1947.
50 años antes de que vos nacieras, más o menos. Ya vamos a conocer la historia de Molly. Y ya vamos a entrar en esta habitación.
I spent a lot of time playing in Great Uncle Walter's room.
Pero creo que quería que viniésemos para este lado.
As a kid, I just assumed every house had peepholes and sealed rooms you weren't allowed inside of.
Calvin y Sam. 11 años.
My Grandpa Sam spent 7 years sharing a room with his dead brother, Calvin.
Entonces Sam es nuestro abuelo. Sam es nuestro abuelo. Entonces Sam es nuestro abuelo, hijo de Eddie. Solamente 33 añitos vivió. Y junto a su hermano Calvin, que vivió 11 años nomás. Esta es la habitación de Sven y Eddie. Casi 100 años Eddie. Casi 50 años Sven. Qué bárbaro.
The last time I was in Edith Sr.'s room, I was 10 and she was painting my portrait.
Bueno, están todas las habitaciones cerradas, así que no vamos a poder ingresar. O sí. Ya vamos a ver.
Whenever people ask me about my family, the first thing they always want to know about is Barbara.
Barbara Finch era una estrella de cine que trabaja en películas de terror y se caracteriza por sus gritos.
Edie's father Odin built the original house.
Odin. Odin, el padre de Edith. Creo que debe ser una buena notita, pero si no haría falta, ¿no? Vamos a ver el tema de la casa original. Porque también es una historia interesante.
Barbara was a child star for 2 years, until America grew out of it.
16 años nada más. Vivió 16 años. Lo que no sé es si es día o qué. Porque no sabemos. Ah, sí, esto para arriba.
Mom must have locked the third floor stairs on the night we left.
Qué hermoso tener una habitación así, ¿no? O tener una casa llena de habitaciones así.
Lewis told me there were secret passages, but I never believed him. Turns out, my mom was really good at keeping secrets. Now it was time to find out what my mom had been afraid of. Reading this, maybe it sounds like I had a plan.
Qué hermosa luz de los vitrales, cómo me gusta.
From the paintings on the wall, it was clear my brother Milton had been here before me. But I had no idea what was behind that door. Just like I had no idea where all this was gonna lead.
Esta es la habitación de Molly.
I grew up looking at Molly's room through the peephole.
Claro, porque era una generación completamente diferente, Molly, ¿no? 50 años antes de ella, y ella, Edith, vivía en una casa donde estaban las puertas selladas, solamente se podía acceder a través de una grilla. ¿Cómo puedes crecer? ¿Cómo puedes vivir? Es ridículo, ¿no? Están los secretos sepultados.
Being inside for the first time, I felt like I'd stepped behind a painting. Molly's gerbil had a tiny bedroom with its own even tinier gerbil cage.
Qué linda habitación.
I got the sense Edie had spent a lot of time here before my mom sealed the doors.
Bueno, vamos a conocer la oscura historia de Mori.
December 13th, 1947. Dear Diary, I'll be gone soon, but I wanted to tell somebody about what's gonna happen. It started when Mom sent me to bed without dinner. I woke up and I was starving, so I looked around for something to eat. The gerbil food was dry, but I didn't mind it. Mom, can I come out now?
Sweetheart, it's late. Go to sleep.
Tiene la mamá de Molly. ¿Estamos hablando de Eddie? Claro. Y tiene que ser Eddie. Tiene que ser Eddie definitivamente. Si acá Molly tiene 10 años, estamos en 1947. Eddie tiene 30 años. Es joven.
My Halloween candy was all gone. I thought about eating Christopher, but I held back.
Mm. Yo tengo varios goldfish, pero no los tengo bautizados. Tendré que poner nombre. Y más ahora que se están poniendo cada vez más gorditos.
I ate a lot of things that night. I kept eating and eating. Then I heard chirping outside my window. It was a barn swallow going back to her nest. I reached out for her. And suddenly, I was a cat. I tried to be quiet, but the bird was really scared. Mom and Dad didn't even look at me.
Ya, te convertí en un gato. Ahora somos un gato queriendo comer un pajarito.
I jumped and I almost got her. I could tell she was getting really tired. Now I was up in the big tree. I promised Dad I wouldn't climb it anymore. All I cared about was eating that mama bird. I gobbled her up. And suddenly, I was an owl. First, all I heard was the wind. Then I heard little teeth nibbling in the grass. Rabbits. I imagined his face looking up and seeing mine through my talons. I swallowed him up, and I didn't chew one bit. Then I flew off to find something bigger.
I swallowed it up and I didn't even chew a bit.
A mama rabbit. She was almost too big to carry. I started choking, but I couldn't stop eating. And suddenly, I was a shark. I rolled off a cliff and into the ocean. Now, I was hungrier than ever. I wanted fat, juicy seals. Her flipper, and it tasted really good. I grabbed on tight. Oh, but I was so hungry, I jumped out of the water. When I opened my eyes, everything had changed. Now I was a monster, and I smelled people everywhere. was big, but I moved real quiet. Passenger, I was still hungry. And to cross the water, I smelled something new. Something I had to have, so I swam towards it. I slithered onto the sand, and the good smell went into an old pipe. I got closer and closer. All my stomach started growling. And suddenly, I was me again. I held my breath for a long time, but I couldn't hear anything. I think it's waiting for me to fall asleep. But it's not going to wait much longer. It needs to feed, and we both know I will be delicious.
I'm not sure if I believed all of that, but I'm sure Edie would have.
Wow, qué linda historia. Qué linda historia, me encantó. ¿Me entendieron un poco? ¿Se entendió? Al final la bestia, ¿no es cierto? Que en realidad era ella, da toda la vuelta y se esconde debajo de la cama y ella se despierta y la siente debajo de la cama. Y los dos sabemos que eso estará deliciosa cuando me coma. No fue una poesía, ese minijuego, esa historia de Molly fue una poesía audiovisual, honestamente. Em, y bueno, murió, la comió, desapareció, no se sabe qué pasó. Así que vamos a dejar esos detalles en el abstracto. Ya completamos la primera historia del primer personaje y queda mucho más por revelar todavía.
I can't describe it, but I felt like some part of Molly was still here. This will be obvious later, but my mom never told me any of these stories. Edie would have, but Mom didn't like bringing up the past. Though, when we adopted a stray kitten, she was the one who named it Molly.
Así me pregunto si vivir al lado de una plaza, si se podría vivir al lado de una plaza, si no sería demasiado molesto el ruido ese permanente. No hay silencio, no existe silencio. No puedo saber si tenés o no tenés tinnitus. También me pregunto si ese ruido permanente de fondo no es la causa de que después de que ese sonido permanente.
I spent a lot of time in Great Grandma Edie's room.
Bueno, acá ver bastante información visual acá en lo que es la habitación de Eddie. 11 años, un pájaro. Qué forma de honrar los bichitos, qué bárbaro. Ese parece ser
Edie knit me
Luis.
a new pair of gloves every year, just in time to replace the old ones.
Están buenos los guantes que usa.
Louis died a week before we left, but Edie had already started to memorialize him. Her room was like a museum.
Odin, 57 años. Ya vamos a ver eso.
When Edie told people Sven was killed by a dragon, she could also have said he was building a dragon-shaped slide that collapsed. She could have, but she didn't.
Sven. Claro, el marido de Eddie. No tiene fecha acá abajo.
even in her 90s. Sometimes Edie seemed a lot younger than my mother.
Sven Finch. 1937.
One summer, they evacuated the island, but Edie refused to go. For a few weeks, she was a celebrity. I hadn't thought of myself as Edith Jr. for a long, long time.
Otra historia también que contar. El hombre mole.
Edie gave a big interview about a mole man living under the Finch house. My mom was furious.
Vamos a la historia de Odín, entonces.
For 500 years, the Finches have been famous throughout Norway for their fortune and misfortune. Odin Finch buries the latest victims of the family curse, his wife Ingeborg and their newborn son, Johan.
Odin e Ingeborg, ok. Odin e Ingeborg, ¿no es cierto? Tiene un hijo que no figura acá. Este personaje más viejo de todos. Entonces se ve que estaba arrastrando una maldición, ¿no? que se extendía mucho más de este árbol que estamos viendo acá. Y pierde a su esposa y a su hijo y queda solo.
On January 7th, 1937, he set sail with his family and his house, hoping to leave the curse behind.
Bueno, no sé qué es lo que le quedó de familia, ¿no? No sé qué le quedó de familia. Porque perdió a su esposa e hijos. Habrán sido sus otros hijos. Y zarpa, ¿no? Con la casa a cuestas.
But 40-foot waves off the coast of Washington send the house and Odin to the bottom of the sea. Odin's daughter Edie, with husband Sven and baby Molly, step ashore on their new home, Orcas Island.
Bien, Molly entonces fue claro, la primer descendencia de esta pareja Sven y Eddie. Me sale, perdón, no terminamos de verlo.
Odin Finch is the first to be buried in the new family cemetery. His daughter Edie is already dreaming of a new Finch house.
Bueno,
Whatever's wrong with this family, it goes back a long ways. The only trace Grandpa Sam's first wife Kay left on the house was the pink bathroom. It was a pretty big trace.
Esta vanilla ocultó una historia funesta. Hay un secreto en este baño. Por Sven y Edith Finch.
There's a secret in this bathroom. It's in the last place you would look. It isn't in the cupboard. It's hidden in this book. Sven gave Sam an old camera he'd refurbished. He never put it down.
Bueno, todos estos fueron hijos entonces de este matrimonio. Y debe ser inclusión de Walter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hijos, ¿no es cierto? Sam creo que es... nuestro abuelo. El papá de Dawn. Visionado a la fotografía. Qué belleza tener una casa así, por Dios.
I knew Grandpa Sam had a twin.
Tu command center, command center. Solamente un poquito de espacio mínimo y un poquito de imaginación.
And that he never talked about him. I guess my grandpa didn't like history any more than my mom did.
11 años.
How I Want to Remember My Brother by Sam Finch. The thing I remember is that when he made up his mind, that was it.
Bueno, estamos mecanizando entonces ahora a Calvin y podemos ver a Sam con su cámara.
My brother said he'd die before he ate another mushroom. And he did. At Barbara's funeral, we swore we'd never be afraid again. And he wasn't. I think Calvin always wanted to fly. But that day, he finally made up his mind to do it. I told him going around was impossible. Maybe if I hadn't said that,
Alvin, I'm not gonna tell you again.
maybe if the wind hadn't picked up, then maybe he'd still be here. But I doubt it. I think he'd already made up his mind. That's what I want to remember about my brother. The day he made up his mind to fly. And he did.
Calvin's story felt strangely familiar. When I was younger, I remember trying to do the exact same thing. After
No
the
sé.
funeral, Edie roped off Calvin's half of the room.
Digo que no sé ustedes, pero a mí me pareció una historia bellísima, bellísima y los visuales impresionante. Impresionante se sintió como estar ahí, se sintió como estar en esa hamaca, una poesía. Calvin voló,
Mom said
aprendió a
Grandpa
volar.
Sam enlisted at 18 and never set foot in the room again.
Ya vamos a ver la historia de Sam más adelante, me parece, mucho más adelante. Pobrecito, no quedó acá a mitad de camino. Bueno, nos tenemos que ir de acá, de esta habitación, por donde vinimos, creo. ¿A dónde vamos? ¿Estoy bien volviéndome? ¿O me equivoqué? Y sí, porque por acá no me voy a poder salir, ¿no es cierto? No voy a poder salir. No voy a poder salir, quiere decir que me equivoqué. Me equivoqué, no puedo salir por la ventana. No puedo salir por esta puerta. No, no puedo salir por esta otra. No. Bueno, indiscutiblemente a diferencia de Molly, Calvin... ¿Y acá por qué dice Milton? Bueno, Calvin Y bueno, se estaba marcando frente a un precipicio y probablemente salió despedido y murió. Murió, ¿no es cierto? Al estrellarse. Pero el fin de Molly no está tan claro. Y tampoco importa, y no va a haber más claridad tampoco al respecto. ¿Por dónde salimos? Ah, podemos ir por acá, bien. Ah, pero esto no va a ningún lado. Bueno, sí, sí. Ah, por acá, bien. O sea, el que construyó todo esto, un genio de poder hacer todos estos espacios dentro de los espacios.
The passages were a pretty tight fit. They'd obviously been built for smaller hands and bellies.
Smaller hands and bellies, manos más pequeñas y estómagos más pequeños. ¿Por qué dice eso?
Growing up, I always thought of Barbara as a child star.
Bueno, esta es probablemente la historia más alusiva de Halloween. Hay que hacer eso, hay que pintar las paredes, hay que pintar las puertas, hay que pintar los muebles, hay que pintar todo, hay que usar colores, trapos, decoración, hay que llenar de vida los espacios.
I never thought about how hard it must have been for her afterwards.
No, 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 no.
Of all the stories people wrote about Barbara's death, I'm surprised Edie saved this one.
Old Jack here with another ghastly tale inspired by America's most unfortunate family. I'm calling it The Surprise Ending of Barbara Finch. As a child star, Barbara was famous for her scream. Now at 16, she was all washed up. A has-been. But in a lucky break, she'd been asked to perform her signature scream at a local convention for monster movie fans. It was just the boost her career needed. Unfortunately, her scream hadn't aged well.
Getting better. I think you just need the right motivation.
Her biggest fan and current boyfriend, Rick, was about to demonstrate when...
Now that was a great scream.
It was Barbara's father, Sven. He'd slipped into a table saw and had to be rushed to the emergency room. So Barbara got stuck babysitting her youngest brother, Walter. Her convention comeback was cancelled.
Okay, I'm hearing frustration, but I'm not hearing terror. What if I tried...
A gang of hoodlums in Halloween masks have been terrorizing Orcas Island tonight. Police are urging residents to...
That came from the basement.
You're right! Also, I loved your delivery on that. Why is your basement door locked?
Because my dad likes making puzzles and secret passages. There's a key hidden in the music box. The secret is to keep winding and winding until finally the key pops out.
Thanks, babe. I'll be back in a sec.
20 minutes later, Rick hadn't returned. So Barbara went to look for him, right on cue. She reached for the music box. And as she wound the key, she listened for Rick, but the house was silent. She found Rick's crutch and imagined the worst.
The gang's leader is the infamous Hookman killer, Dr. Carl Hamill, who impaled and then ate his family 10 years ago tonight.
Old Finch rattled and grew still.
Oh dear!
Oh!
Rick?
Barb, relax. I was just trying to scare you to help you find your scream.
Well, I'm not scared, Rick. I'm furious.
Then act furious. All I'm getting from you now is that you're hurt and confused and
She threw him out, but she kept a little something to remember him by.
Barb, have you seen my other crutch?
And she was still holding it when she fell asleep watching the late picture show. Hours later...
Barbara! Walter, what's going on up there? Ah! Okay, I'm coming up, but if this is a trick, you're dead, Walter.
Walter had vanished, but his bedside radio was still on.
Orcas Island police describe the man as 6 feet tall, with a steel hook for a hand. Residents are urged to lock all doors and windows and notify the police of any suspicious activity.
Barbara turned, saw the hook man, and was speechless. He was quite smashing. And where he was, he couldn't get enough of Barbara.
Okay, Barbara, there's gotta be another way out of here.
That night, she played her part beautifully. Molly's door hadn't been opened in years. The hinges groaned. He wasn't moving, but she sensed the story might not be over yet. The hookman had vanished. She listened for his breathing, but all she heard was... someone at the door was dying to speak to young Barbara. At the door, she heard whispering. It was coming from inside the house.
Oh dear.
The monsters had come to surprise her. For Barbara, it was a dream come true. Then she saw what kind of monsters they were, and she realized what was about to happen. She was going to be famous. And with her final breath, Barbara Finch gave the performance of her life. I wasn't there myself, but I hear Barbara was magnificent. Poor girl. She had a taste for stardom. But unfortunately, so did her fans. Of course, the police blamed it all on poor Rick, who disappeared the same night. And little Walter? Hiding under his bed the whole time. He took it all pretty hard, but that's another story. As for Barbara, tucked inside the music box is all they ever found of her. Her ear. Now that's what I call a real eerie tale.
Edie told me all Barbara wanted was to be remembered, as absurd as that comic was. Maybe what Edie saw was a happy ending.
Bueno, esa fue la historia de Bárbara. Una historia narrada al estilo de Cuentos de la Cripta, que era una serie Yo creo que del siglo pasado, de no sé si los 90. Estuvo buena la historia, un poco rara. Pero, pero bueno, Bárbara pudo tener un final que la hizo feliz. A veces que a veces me pongo a pensar, ¿no? Que ese momento en el que se encuentra con todos los monstruos de diferentes imaginarios, a veces me pongo a pensar eso para mí mismo también. Solamente en Halloween. No tiene mucho sentido, así que sigamos un poquito con la historia. O sea, básicamente, claro, lo que se cuenta, las historias que se cuentan y lo que sucedió realmente no es necesariamente lo mismo. Es como que Eddie lo que estaba haciendo era agregarles un final feliz. Lo que hubiese sido un final feliz para Bárbara, pero lo que pasó fue algo mucho más siniestro, ¿no? Algo le pasó, desapareció, se ve que nunca encontraron el cuerpo y solamente su oreja. O sea que la verdad que es una historia morbosa. Una historia morbosa, no, no quiero imaginar esa familia. No es como que... No, no es que tuvo un accidente, no fue una muerte. Cómo hace esa familia para seguir, ¿no es cierto?, su vida. ¿Y dónde está Walter? Walter era 44, 52, el hermanito menor, ¿no es cierto?, de Bárbara. Creo que Walter, 50 años. Sí, creo que Walter es el que después vamos, el que vimos antes como el hombre topo, ¿no? Y creo que tal vez ese evento que sucedió esa noche lo haya marcado y que por eso, pero no te lo puedo, no te lo puedo jurar, ¿no es cierto?, hasta que no veamos si realmente fue eso o no. Estaría bueno poder hacer el replay a las historias, pero no se puede. O sí se puede. No, creo que cuando lo terminas podés elegir y podés hacer el replay. O sí, o desde acá. No, no podés. ¿Quedó algo para revisar en esta habitación? No. Solamente nos faltó el libro, no quería ingresar al libro sin antes haber explorado la habitación, pero bueno, se ve que no quedaba nada más. Listo. Lo completamos, ahora sí podemos salir. Y también descubrimos cómo tenemos que hacer para acceder.
I guess now I know why Mom didn't like me playing with the music box.
A eso me refiero.
It's funny. All those times I played with the music box and never found the basement key. Mom said the basement was off limits, unless I wanted another tetanus shot. I saw Edie sneak down to the basement once, carrying packages. I thought maybe she was hiding presents. It turned out she was hiding a lot more than that.
Y nos vamos preparando para la próxima historia. Solo te pido unos minutitos, ya continuamos. Creo que esta es la historia de Walter, creo, pero ya vamos a confirmarlo o no.
I remember asking Mom once about where Walter had gone. She said after Barbara died, he got as far away as he could. If there's a pattern in all these stories, I think it's that none of us has gotten very far.
Me muero, ¿eh? ¿A quién querés engañar con eso? Me gustan los trencitos. Qué irónico. Bueno, recluirse lo ayudó a vivir 53 años.
Goodbye, everyone. I can't believe I've been down here for 30 years. On that first day, after the shaking started, I didn't think I'd survive a week. But after a few days, I settled into a routine. That's what kept me sane. Having a schedule, living for today. I always expected to be dead tomorrow.
1968,
If you wait long
1976.
enough, you get used to anything.
Y a ver si su mano va envejeciendo también.
Even a monster on the other side of the door starts to feel normal. Almost friendly. And then one day, everything just stopped. Whatever that thing was, it was gone. Maybe it got tired of waiting. Or maybe I just got tired of being afraid. It's been a week now, the longest in 30 years. I'm done waiting. I have to leave while I still can. I know it's out there somewhere. Whatever killed Barbara and Molly and Calvin. Maybe this is all a mistake. But I need to stop living the same day, even if it kills me. Whatever's out there, I want you to know I'm ready for it. I'm going to appreciate all of it, especially the food. I don't mind if I only have a year left, or a month, or a single week. I'd be happy with one new day. I can already imagine the sun on my face.
Walter died when I was 6. I can't believe my mom never told me he was down here.
El hombre topo, efectivamente. Él decía que se conformaba con un año, o con un mes, con una semana, o con un día, y solamente tenía unos segundos nomás.
I'm sure my mom was trying to protect me. Maybe she was afraid I'd end up like Walter. But if she never told me about an uncle under the house, I can only imagine what else she was hiding. I don't want to make the same mistakes she made. Trying to bury something that's still alive. Now that there's only one of us left, or maybe 2,
Segunda pista.
I thought it was time I heard the stories for myself and found out what happened to everyone else. But now I'm worried the stories themselves might be the problem. Maybe we believed so much in a family curse, we made it real.
Y lo único que le gustaban los trencitos y que terminase muriendo arrollado por un tren.
I don't know if I should even be writing this.
Se vecina la próxima historia.
Maybe it'd be better if all this just died with me. But I thought you should know about your family. And the history you're a part of. Though to be honest, I feel as lost as you probably do right now. I think the people in these stories believed them, for what that's worth. And when you look at the house, that history of imagination and stubbornness and madness, any of it seems possible.
Ay, esta es milisa que utilizamos al principio del juego, con lo cual veíamos hacia allá.
I think we've been surrounded by death for so long, we've just gotten used to it. What kind of family finishes building a cemetery before starting the house? It's embarrassing for me to admit this, but the pet cemetery made me more uncomfortable than the human one. 3 of the gerbils are mine, and 2 had been my fault.
Esos son los pajaritos. Durpi, burpi, churpi, furpi, lurpi, zurpi.
Sven built the house, but it was Edith who designed the cemetery.
una miniserie. Diez añitos, 11 añitos. 49. 93.
I'm sure Odin's monument had been Edie's idea. My mom was always trying to move on, but for Edie, the past never went away. She could see it poking out of the water at low tide. Edie's side was always easier for me to understand. Edie said she dreamed about the old house every night.
Bastante cerca de la orilla, ¿no? Fue que fue destruida la casa. Sí es.
But the older I get, the more I can see where my mom was coming from. Her dad had been pretty strict, but it wasn't enough to save her brothers. She was just trying to do better.
Gus, Sam y Gregory. 68, 69 y 76. Y la próxima generación es esta.
She lost 2 of her brothers, just like I did. I get why she tried so hard to protect us.
Sunshine.
We never found Milton's body, so my mom insisted we were putting up a monument, not a tombstone. There's so many things I wish I could ask my mom now. Part of me thinks this is what she wanted all along. For me to come back someday and find everything out for myself. But looking back on it now, If she told me there was going to be so much climbing, I never would have come when I was 22 weeks pregnant.
Bueno, se reveló un poquito el hecho de que estaba embarazada. No sé si era realmente un misterio, pero se reveló. No sé si se puede inferir con esta imagen de que tenía una pancita, pero dio un par de pistas cuando mencionó que quedaba un integrante de la familia o tal vez dos. Y otra pista más que no recuerdo sobre el hecho de que estaba embarazada. O sea que no es el único Finch que quedaba en esta historia.
I never met Grandpa Sam, but I think he and my mom had a lot in common. They were both pretty intense. Sam spent his life shooting photos, but Mom said he got nervous being in front of the camera. I guess we're all afraid of something.
Esta es la historia de nuestro abuelo. Pero no veremos acá todavía. No sin antes ver la historia.
Instead of hiding from death, Sam seemed to go out of his way to meet it.
Bueno, vamos a ver la historia de Sam entonces. Igual creo que es una historia bastante breve.
Dawn, I promise, you'll never forget this weekend.
Yes, sir.
These memories are gonna last a lifetime.
Hmm? Am I gonna have to shoot anything?
It's a hunting trip, Dawn. Shooting is strongly encouraged.
Shouldn't we be leaving?
Just want to get a shot of you, Dawn, then we can take off.
What?
Bien, entonces estamos manejando a Sam, el abuelo de Edith, personaje principal. Este es Dawn, nuestra madre, de joven, hija de Sam.
Hey.
Perfect.
It's gonna rain the whole weekend, isn't it? I will never forget this weekend, Dad.
That's the spirit. Okay, got it.
I'm gonna take some pictures, okay?
Just be careful. The camera's older than you are. Hey!
That's a keeper.
Definitely should not have drunk all that coffee. I'm just saying, I'm not always gonna be here, Don. You'll need to remember this stuff, if you want to survive.
I'll be fine, Dad.
You know who else thought he was gonna be fine?
Some guy who died.
Don, I'm being serious.
I know, Dad. You're always serious. Doesn't being out here make you want to chill out?
Well, to tell you the truth, I haven't been out here in 20 years. Last time I was with my brother Calvin. Man, that was a great trip. Your grandpa Sven taught us how to fish, how to build a fire. Don, don't you think you could find something more interesting to photograph? We found an old logging trail. There were deer everywhere. I bet if I could remember where that trail was, we'd spot a buck for you in no time. Give me a minute to check the map. Let's see. Maybe. Or was it? Could have been. You don't need to waste any more film on me, kiddo.
No sé qué tengo que hacer. No sé qué tengo que hacer. Le he sacado foto a todos, así que no sé qué más hacer. ¿Encontró un venado? Ah, está.
Nice, Don.
Hay que encontrar efectivamente el venado.
Before you take the shot, let me get a picture of you.
Dad, I...
Just breathe. Turn off your imagination. Focus on your target. Let me get behind you.
Do I have to do this?
Dawn, you don't have to do anything. But if you want to survive, you'll need to be strong. Great shot, Dawn! I'm proud of you, Dawn. Always remember that, okay? Sorry, Dawn, just gotta reset the timer. Hang on, kiddo. Just trying to get a shot of the two of us together. Crap.
Dad, it's twitching. I think
That's
it's
totally normal, Dawn. Just focus on the camera. Try not to think about—
Dad! Of all these stories, that's the one I wish most that my mom had told me.
Y así es como el abuelo Sam murió.
After Sam died, my mom and Edie got really close. They'd both lost a lot.
Gregory Down y Gus. Gregory Down y Gus. Tres hermanos, ¿no es cierto? Nuestra madre y nuestros dos tíos.
I can't imagine my mom ever writing poetry, and yet...
O sea, Kay sería nuestra abuela, Dawn nuestra madre, y ¿quién sería nuestro padre? Digo Kay, pero estoy asumiendo Kay, no estoy... Como que son externos a la familia esas hojitas. Claro, las hojitas son externas a la familia. Y no se van a mencionar en absoluto, me parece. Salvo Sanjay. Bueno, que es nuestro padre. Sí, para arriba. Bueno, vamos a ver otra historia. A ver. La de Gas. Muerto con 13 añitos, Gas.
A poem for Gus, who always said the wedding was a bad idea. Our father never hit us kids, at least not very hard, before the day my brother said with teenage disregard that he'd be dead before he'd see a wedding in our yard. Father made him come, of course, but Gus stood far apart, just flew his kite and bottled up the storm inside his heart. I tried to talk him out of it, but though he'd never met her, we don't need a stepmom, were the words that I
now
remembered.
pronounce you husband and wife. You may kiss the bride.
When the time for photos came, Dad ordered him to come here. But Gus declined, and as a sign held up his middle finger. Wind picked up, and panicked geese appeared and quickly went. But all the humans did that day was go inside the tent. Rain came down in buckets then, but no one seemed afraid that nature might destroy the tent our dad had crudely made. Thunder sounded much too close and full of angry power. But all my father said to this was, "Make the music louder." wish that I could truly say I thought about you on that day. Out there on the beach alone, just you, the wind, the sea, and foam. But I didn't. Until we found you. She never talked about him, but Mom told me once if I was a boy, they were going to name me Gus.
Bueno, Sam, ¿no es cierto? Hijo de Sam. Lo que no entiendes con quién se estaba volviendo a casar o casándose, hijo. Claro, habrá sido Kay, la primera esposa, y se estaba casando con alguien más. Espero que esa información aparezca un poquito más adelante. Pero por un momento no me quedó completamente claro. Y esta otra historia es la historia de Gregory. Bueno. Esta historia. Y sí tenemos que verla ahora. Tenemos que verla ahora, la verdad que tenemos que verla ahora. Ay, muy buena historia de Gregory. Contrato de divorcio de Sam Finch. Ajá, ahí dice Kay. Ah, bien, bien, bien. Se divorció. Entonces, eso es lo que ocurrió. Sam Finch y Kay. Entonces, Sam está casado con Kay, tuvieron estos tres hijos. Tuvieron estos tres hijos y después Kay le pide el divorcio, se divorcian. Sam se vuelve a casar con alguien más, que no sé si lo sabremos en algún momento. Y es en ese casamiento que Gus está indignado, ¿no es cierto? Y es en ese casamiento también que muere. Ah, 1976. No, no sé si es. Sí, hijo de ese matrimonio, ¿no? Hijo de Gregory, deben ser todos hijos de Kay. Si Gregory también es hijo de Kay. Vamos a ver la fecha de divorcio. Porque si es que se ve una fecha. Vamos de vuelta. La peor historia de todas es esta.
Dear Kay, do you remember the way Gregory used to laugh when he thought he was alone? Like something funny was happening, but only he could see it. I think he saw things the rest of us don't.
Watching over Gregory, it's time to... Hold on, sweetie. Hello? Sam, I told you I don't want to talk right now.
I wonder what he saw. What his world was like. He reminded me so much of Calvin. Lost in his imagination. saw. It sure made him happy. I know how silly it sounds. That I worried about a baby being too happy. But I could feel him slipping away.
Sorry about that, Gregory.
I know you did everything you could. Maybe if I hadn't called that night.
Damn it. Hold on, I don't want Gregory to hear this.
I wish he could have told us about the world he saw. There's so much I don't understand about Gregory, about everything. But I know what happened wasn't your fault. I'm sure he's happy. And he'd want you to be happy too. Good luck, Kay. Love, Sam.
Qué historia, es una poesía, la verdad que es una poesía, pero la verdad que me quiebra, esa historia me quiebra, le agrego y me quiebra.
My mom moved up to the loft after her brothers died. At the time, it was as far away as she could get. Religion was another thing my mom never talked about, but I think it helped her a lot after her dad died. She spent a summer building houses in Calcutta, where she met my dad, Sanjay.
Ahora sabemos quién es Sanjay.
My mom moved to India a week after graduation and got a job teaching English. Lewis was born a year later.
Bien, ya estamos avanzando ya a la última generación. Fruto del amor de Dawn y Sanjay, nacieron tres pequeñas semillas, brotaron tres pequeñas semillas, Louis, Milton y Edith. La historia de Dawn, que es nuestra madre, la historia de Edith, que es nuestra bisabuela, no se van a revelar inmediatamente porque parece que son como clave o importantes en nuestra vida, así que vamos a seguir probablemente con estas dos, ¿no? Con Louis y Milton.
When my dad died, I don't think Mom knew where else to go. I'm sure Edie was happy to have her back. And to see kids in the house again.
A ver, la bisabuela vivió hasta el 2010, o sea, pudo conocer a todos sus bisnietos. O sea, es como que morían y volvían a aparecer gente. Siempre vive vida en esa casa.
The house had to get a little bigger, but Edie was used to that. And for a while, things were good. Almost normal. But it didn't last. The beginning of the end was Milton's 10th birthday, when Edie gave him a castle.
Después vamos para allá arriba. Por ahora tenemos que tratar de descubrir la historia de Milton. El niño que desapareció, el hermano que desapareció. Qué belleza de espacio que tenía. Bueno, vamos a ver la historia de Milton entonces.
Milton Finch in The Magic Paintbrush. I was 4 when Milton disappeared.
Bueno, esa fue la breve y curiosa historia de Milton.
Mom spent months searching for my brother. Then she sealed the doors.
Es como que las pisadas terminan en este cuadro. Y creo que hay un spin-off o un juego relacionado con...
Whatever Milton had found in the house, Mom didn't want it getting out.
Creo que es sobre Milton, ¿no? Creo que es un juego, ¿no es cierto? Que no sé si es no sería un spin-off, sino que sería como... Bueno, relacionado con Milton, básicamente. Ya lo buscaremos, ya lo averiguaremos.
Mom definitely blamed Edie, but I think Lewis blamed himself. After he graduated, he just spent more and more time in his room. Until Mom got him a job at the cannery.
Bueno, la próxima es la historia de Luis. Luis. Es una historia bastante curiosa. Ese cara no va a nada. Claro, ¿quién no quisiera tener una habitación acá arriba, en este lugar?
Lewis's room smelled very, very familiar. That part of him lived on. He was so proud of being Indian. I think for him, it was a way to be something other than just a Finch.
Cómo me encanta esa iluminación ultravioleta, por Dios, cómo me fascina. Bueno, acá accedemos a la historia de Luis, que la verdad que es bastante entretenida, bastante interesante.
Lewis and I spent a lot of time playing games together, but he was surprisingly bad at them. He died a lot.
Le gustaban las flores, mucho por lo que se puede apreciar. Bueno, la historia esta no la vamos a jugar hoy. Vamos a reservar las historias que faltan, sin mencionar mucho. Vamos a reservar las historias que faltan para probablemente mañana domingo. Por el momento lo voy a ir dejando por aquí. Esta es la historia de Luis. Sí, con la historia de Luis vamos a arrancar mañana porque es una historia bastante entretenida. No es cortita como las otras, un poquito más larga. Un poquito más larga. Así que vamos a dejar esto como fondo de pantalla. No está mal, ¿eh? No está mal. Bueno, vamos a dejarlo por acá y mañana lo vamos a estar terminando el juego. No nos falta tanto, la verdad que no nos falta tanto. Y después quisiera indagar un poquito más en el lore del juego, en la historia del juego. Entender más algunas cositas que me quedaron pendientes de la primera vez que jugué este juego. Lo vamos a hacer también mañana después de haberlo completado. Mientras tanto, eso es todo. Eso es todo por ahora, eso es todo por hoy. Les deseo un excelente sábado por la noche. Traten de no ser pescados por la fiebre de este día. Estuvieron acompañados de Gamer a la deriva. Como siempre, muchísimas gracias. Fuerte abrazo, los quiero mucho y será hasta mañana.